Good evening, welcome. Let's begin this press conference. One question per person, please. Cadena Ser, Javier Herráez. Hello, Mr. Congrats on the win. This is Javier Herráez from Cadena Ser. I wanted to ask you quite simply if you have an explanation for this. Are Real Madrid capable of coming back from any score? Is it their history? Is it their DNA? Well, this is difficult to explain. When everybody thought the game was over, one little detail, a good combination, was enough for us to come back. Rodrigo scored, and then after that, we just gave it our all. And that was it. In order for you to win a game like this, you need a little luck as well. Our opponents were very, very good. It was a very tough game, but I think that my team never gave up. And after City scored, obviously the game got a lot more difficult, but still, even then, we had a good combination of, sacrifice, energy, a little bit of luck as well. The subs really helped. The players who came on really gave a great contribution. I think we played really well today. I also have to say that Manchester City didn't play the way they usually do because we pressurized them a lot. We played well. Next question, please. Hello, this is Miguel Angel Diaz from Cope. Congrats on making it to the final. Now, you've been in football for so many years, and each and every game you've played in the knockout phase was better than the last. Each game was incredibly suspenseful. How can you explain that? Is this a sort of paranormal phenomenon of some sort? Yes, I have to say it's been strange so far. We've faced some very, very tough opponents. A few of them were hot favourites to win the Champions League: PSG, Chelsea, Manchester City, and then now we have another game to play, the final. I think much of the credit, first of all, goes to our players, and secondly, to our supporters, not only inside of the stadium, but also outside of the stadium in the run-up to each and every game. When players don our jersey, something changes, something clicks in them. And it's all about the history of this club. It's all about the pride we take in partaking in its history. Onda Cero, Fernando Burgos. Next question, please. Hello, Carlo. Good evening. Mohammad said yesterday that he was hoping he could face Real Madrid on the 28th in the final. Would you have picked Liverpool as your opponent in the final, considering the defeat back in the day in Istanbul? What are you thinking about right now about the final? Well, what I'm thinking about is that I'm happy to play yet another final. We'll have to face another great team, Liverpool. In my personal history, I've squared off against Liverpool a bunch of times in '84 as a player. In 2007, now again, we'll be playing against Liverpool. I lived in Liverpool for 2 years as well. To me, this feels like a derby because I'm still an Evertonian. Javier, Juanma from RNE. Hello, congrats on the win. We're all trying to make sense of what happened today, and of what's been happening since the beginning of this competition. I wanted to ask you, what was the most important factor that led to this victory? Was it maybe that this team truly never gives up? Well, yes, I do agree that most players out there rarely give up, but what happened tonight sort of brought it to another level. I don't want to say it's inexplicable. I'm really, really thankful to my players. They played really well, and I'm super thankful to them for what they've done, for the atmosphere that they've created. Let's not forget that they have great qualities as well. Rodrigo came on and he was capable of scoring 2 goals. Gallego came on and he was really dominant. Asensio sacrificed himself, much like a number of other players on the team. I think that nobody thought that Real Madrid would play another final this year, and yet we made it. Manu de Juan from AS. Hello, good evening. Real Madrid came back from 1-0 down after you subbed all of your midfielders, basically. Does this go to show that the future that some players have, like Camavinga, Rodrigo, etc., is bright as ever? Well, yes. Casemiro, Kroos, Modric played a great game. I want to say that. If we were able to pressurize Manchester City so much, it was thanks to them. And obviously, they started to feel a little fatigued towards the end of the day. That's why they had to come off. That's the only reason. But it is true that Real Madrid in the midfield has a bright future, because the 3 players that came on for them are actually great, and we have more great players even. Last 2 questions, please. Juan Ignacio Garcia Char from Marca. Hello, Carlo. Congrats on making it to the final. I wanted to ask you how you went about sort of managing the extra time. It was pure chaos in the stadium. There was a lot of noise, a lot of energy. You had 4 strikers on the pitch. So what was your strategy for the extra time? I think actually the psychological aspect was perhaps the most important one during extra time. I think Manchester City in the extra time sort of suffered psychologically a bit. They took the hit psychologically because I had a feeling that the final was about to elude them in a way. I think that's what happened. So I just told my players to do their best to keep everything under control, because I knew that we had an advantage psychologically speaking. Last question, Javier Cáceres from Süddeutsche Zeitung. Hello, Mr. Congrats. The last few Champions League finals were won by German managers. Do you think that happened by chance, or is there a reason for it? And what do you think about Mr. Klopp? Well, Klopp is a great manager. I've met him many times, and I have the greatest respect for him, for his assistants, for his team. I think it's going to be an amazing final with 2 teams that are very different, surely, from one another, but certainly it's going to be a great final in the world of football, and I think it's going to be very well balanced. That's all. Thank you very much.